I just made another trip to Galaxy's Edge, and that means another merch haul. I'm going to tell you all about it today on Darth Rage Reviews.
Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet.
Greetings, Force fans, and welcome to another episode of Darth Rage Reviews, your source for the Force. Feels like I've been gone forever. I know it was only a couple weeks, but I did take a much-needed break, and now I'm back. I'm back after another vacation. Of course, we went to Disney World. That's where we always do. And, of course, I visited Galaxy's Edge. And, of course, I have a merch haul. I've got a merch haul to show you. Some things that I knew that I wanted, some things that I've wanted for a while, some things that I forgot that I wanted. There's always something there that I end up seeing that I want to get. So I wanted to share this all with you. So the first thing, I love this one. This is actually going to be a Christmas gift for me next year, but it was half off the advent calendar. So the Droid Factory advent calendar for this year is actually going to be my advent calendar for next year. So spoiler alert, I've already seen everything that's in this just from watching the other videos, but I'll throw this up in the attic with the Christmas stuff. Next year I'll pull this out, and this will be my little pre-Star Wars Christmas gift to myself. So Droid Factory half off. Plus I get like a 30% discount on everything because of DVC. So I had to get it. You know, they almost gave it to me. I had to get it. So Droid Factory is the first gift. I went ahead and got some added little extras for my droid, and I'm going to cover these in another video. So I've got a video coming up where I'm going to show how I weathered my droid, but I got a new personality chip. This one I like a lot, and I look forward to sharing this one with you. I gave him some blasters. So he's now got blasters that'll go on his legs. Kind of cool. They do light up and make blaster sounds, so that's kind of cool. And then I got the R-Series toolkit. So these are not, they don't move or anything, but you can kind of put them all over your R-Series droid. And I'm going to cover all of these in a later video. That promise. Kind of show you how I've weathered it and how we went around that way. Did that. These socks. So I've had a pair of these socks for the last probably 5 years. I think there was 3 different pairs, and I meant to get some because they got holes in them again. I meant to get some the last 2 trips, and I forgot them, but I saw them this time, and I managed to snag them. So these are my Imperial socks. 1 Stormtrooper, 1 Vader, 1 awesome set of socks. Glad that I got these. Let me just go ahead and pull this bad boy out and get him out here front and center. So since I saw, I think Elvis was the first one that I saw that did the video on him. It's either Elvis or Clone Too Snug. One of those two did a video on the Camtono. And when I saw that, I knew I really wanted one of these. So this is the Camtono that was featured originally in, I think it was on Bespin in Empire Strikes Back. And then they brought it back in The Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett. Both series featured the Camtono. So had to get myself one. And of course, it's, looks beautiful. All nice and pretty, but it would look even better if it was weathered. So of course, I'm going to weather this bad boy. And then I do actually have some really special plans for this. So I don't really want to share them yet, but yeah, I've got a special idea put aside for what will go in the Camtono. And I will kind of reveal that later on this year in a video. But yeah, this thing is super, super good quality. This was like, I got it for like $50. I want to say it's maybe $60, but then with the discount, I got it for $50. You can put in your own 6-digit code in the top here to lock it and unlock it. And yeah, store whatever you want to in there. But this is by far, for an under $100 gift at the park, this is probably this and the Jedi Holocrons probably my two biggest recommendations for that, under $100 gift at Galaxy's Edge. But yeah, love this Camtono, and I look forward to, a little project to weather this and give it something safe to store inside. Yeah, Camtono. Next up, sabacc. So when you go into Galaxy's Edge, in the bazaar area, there's a little table set up where they've got, a cast member will typically be there with the droid playing around, and they'll have sabacc, and they can teach you how to play sabacc. But yeah, I had to get my own sabacc game. So this comes with full cards and dice. And the way sabacc works, for those of you that don't know, is you're basically trying to get a hand of 0. Red cards are negative, green cards are positive, and you basically, if you have a positive 5 and a negative 5, that would equal out to be a 0. I think you start with 3 cards in your hand, and then you can have up to 5 cards in your hand. It goes through 3 rounds, a little back and forth. But yeah, it's a fun game if you haven't played it. So the sabacc kit was, how much was this? This was $16. $16 for a really cool prop. Learn how to play sabacc, play it with your friends. Learn how to swindle them. Be your own little Lando Calrissian. So this was out of stock the last couple times I went, so I was really excited to see this back in stock and be able to go ahead and get this. And then last, but certainly not least on the list, is my, what are these, Kowakian spider monkey lizard? Kawaki monkey lizard. It's a monkey lizard. So this is the little dude, Salacious Crumb, that used to sit on Jabba's shoulder, and he was Jabba's jester, if you will. They're also featured in the upcoming Mandalorian Season 3 trailer. So we're going to see these little guys again. So this thing is somewhat animatronic. His mouth moves, and he makes little sounds when his mouth does move, and then his head moves back and forth. So you do that all with this little thing. You can sit them on your shoulder. There's a magnet piece that connects to, magnets that are underneath there. But you can sit them on your shoulder. You don't really even need the magnet for it, to be honest. And then just have him looking around. And you can have your own little Salacious Crumb. This one was, I think, around $50, maybe $60. Is it worth it? I don't know. I like it. It's fun. Worth $60? Probably not. But it's another great gift for under $100. You can't beat that. All of these gifts today were under $100, and I think all told, put all together, they were maybe $200 if you purchased them all together. So, yeah, a lot of fun. Now, as a little kind of special added extra, my wife and I did get to ride Rise of the Resistance this time. So I want to take you guys kind of through some parts of the ride and just highlight some of the really cool animatronics that they have on this ride. It's some of Disney's best animatronics, at least, in my humble opinion. Want to walk you through kind of some of those animatronics, and then some that weren't quite working 100%, which is, really disappointing for me for something that's, a ride that's not that old. And I know there's some of my friends that have not been able to experience it yet. So I hope that they fix these, so when my friends get to go and finally get to experience this ride, they get the full experience the way we did. I mean, that was a little disappointing that a couple of them weren't working. But yeah, let's take a look at this. It's a little trip through Rise of the Resistance. All starts with a really cool animatronic of Rey and BB-8. The Rey is a projection. The BB-8 is the first animatronic that you come across. Really realistic. It really kind of adds to the mood to start the ship, or to start the whole ride. Then as you're going out of that, before you go into the shuttle, it's easy to miss the next animatronic. Poe is inside that X-Wing, and he can move around. Then comes my favorite. This is Lieutenant Beck, full animatronic at the front of the shuttle. So realistic. You get to see Amon Calamari in person. It's just awesome. Just awesome. Fully realistic, fully movable. You come out onto the bridge of the Star Destroyer, and yeah, There's about 50 to 100 stormtroopers, many of them animatronic, moving around. Just sets the scene. Full TIE fighter there. Then this is the first one that was broken. The probe droid here is normally moving, and I know it's just a small thing, but it really, kind of takes away when that movement's not there. Then when you come into the large AT-AT room, the big AT-AT room, you're going to see a little Finn animatronic there by the side. Depending on which end you're at is which animatronic you'll see, but he's kind of sitting there, the base of the feet of the AT-AT. There you see him. And yeah, tells you to go down. You go up. You go up. It's not good. Then when you hit the bridge, you get two animatronics. Both of these are really good movement, both working. I love this Kylo when he turns around. It just looks, that's just so cool. So cool. Then after the elevator where Kylo kind of comes at you with his lightsaber, this is the next one that really wasn't working. These guns here, typically these guns are moving in and out, and your little pod is kind of moving around them. They were not moving. As I understand it, if these start to break down, it really shuts the ride down for the whole day, so they kind of will just put them in the back position and leave them there. So yeah, those weren't moving, so this back and forth makes no sense right now when you're riding, and it kind of did take away from it. And we hit this hallway, and we came to a halt. And for about 2 minutes, we just sat here with the kind of background music playing. The animations, the videos and the screens had kind of stopped. So I don't know. I think they were resetting the Kylo animatronic here at the end. And that's a really cool animatronic as well. Fully moving. I mean, look at that. It looks like a real Kylo there. So yeah. That's it. All the animatronics from Rise of the Resistance. A couple weren't working, but yeah, and on the whole, just a really cool experience. All right, guys, that's it. That was my little take on Rise. I hope you guys did enjoy that. Like I said, some of those animatronics, incredible. The whole experience, even with the stuff that wasn't quite working 100%, the whole experience is still, it is immersive. It makes you feel like you're in the Star Wars universe. It's really, really cool. So I can't recommend it, enough. For those of you that want to guarantee a ride, you can actually purchase it. I know you're like, well, shit, I just paid $100 to go to Disney. It's worth it to pay the extra $14 and not have to wait in line, wait in queue for it. You just walk right on. To me, personally, it's worth it. But yeah, that's it. That's the experience. I hope you guys enjoyed the merch haul. Oops, it's falling down. I do need to come up with a name for my monkey lizard, so I'll be thinking of that. He's a nice fella. They seem so happy. They're laughing all the time. But yeah, I got lots of new videos on the way. The break off, I was able to kind of get the mental juices flowing, and got lots of big ideas coming up. Next one coming down the pike is going to be my droid, how I took my droid and kind of made him more realistic. Plus, I'll show you the new add-ons that I got and the new personality chip for him. So that's the next one. Armor reveals shortly. I've got stuff that's shipping that's almost on the way, so I can't really reveal it until it comes. But yeah, big armor reveals, which will be my big projects for this year as well. So hope you enjoyed it. It's great to be back, guys. As always, I'm Darth Rage. This is Darth Rage Reviews, your source for the Force.
The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.